All right, so I really love the music, and I just so happen to use loops for it. I really love the music, and I really do love the title too. I had to use a different program for the title than what the school wants us to use. But as we get into the footage, I do want to point out that most of this footage was me doing it at the last minute because I had actors and the audio just turned out absolutely terrible and I couldn't use it. But I gotta admit, I do like the way my beard looks right here. And I do wish, I'm not a very photogenic person or somebody who should be on camera, but I did the best that I could with it. The whole point of this is, and I hear a lot of people see the story and they hear the story and they be like, hey man, I can really relate to that. I've been through that, or know someone who's been through that. And that's kind of the reason why in one of the first project and portfolios, I wrote this, because this is something that I literally experienced to where I had a female or a woman that I was interested in. And well, this happened on more than one occasion to where I'm interested in this woman or that woman, not at the same time, but it always ended up with me being their friend. I'll be the one that they call on when things get bad. And it just, I decided that literally when I had to write this script in an earlier class, it was like something I had just experienced like a month or maybe 2 months before. So it was still fresh on my mind and I thought it would be good. So when we think about a protagonist and an antagonist, the antagonist is his best friend. Like Tobias and Anthony are very similar. They just go about things differently, But Anthony, he's the player type, and he's the type that women constantly go after. He constantly goes after them, and he really doesn't care how he treats a woman. Yet, for some reason, that attracts a lot of women to him, and he ends up having his fair share, for lack of a better term. But as we are looking at this in the conversation that they're having, this is some of the types of conversations that we as men may have, and it could be happening while we're watching a game, to where like men have situations to where we talk about things too. And I wanted to point that out. It's not always about women, but this was specifically about a woman because of something that I went through again. Yet we have different situations to where we'll discuss some things. One of the situations that I noticed to be while we're watching a game, we'll have a conversation. You'll hear a lot of men talk about going to the barbershop, which I'm not too familiar with that because I don't go to the barbershop. But we always find ourselves in situations to where we're discussing real life issues. And the whole reason for Willpower was to start digging into some of these real life issues that men go through, clearly from a man's perspective, and the goal of it is to shine light on it for women and for other men. My intentions with every single episode that I write, because this will be a series, especially when I get the actors back, my intentions is for every single episode that I write to have some type of meaning and some type of purpose behind it. Like, they're all going to have some type of quote that you could take away from it. And as we get into this, like at the end, you'll see that the quote that comes with this is something that I had to realize about myself as well, to where I played it too slow. I didn't take enough of a chance, and I started looking at things from a different perspective, to where maybe a lot of good men who get put in a friend zone are put in the friend zone not because the woman that they want to talk to isn't attracted to them, but it's because they are trying to play it so safe that they don't show enough of an interest. So that was the point behind this, is for whoever walks away from this to sit up here and say, okay, next time I'm going to be more assertive. you know. But this series and everything that can happen with it has a whole lot of potential, because we dig into two opposites who just so happen to be best friends. We dig into the love interest, and she comes on in the later episodes. I just really truly believe that it can be something amazing. I know I haven't talked about the shots of everything a lot, but the reason why is because I want people to really understand the meaning behind why Willpower came about. It was initially called Mr. Nice Guy, but since the main character's name is Tobias Williams, I decided to name it after his podcast, Willpower. And I think that is a really dope name because it gives me more room for other things we can talk about and discuss. Now, you heard me say what it was about. You heard me say I like the music, even though I use a lot of loops. So I'm done. Thank you for watching.